Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Sidney High School for tonight's G-Walk American North contest. We'll carry the JV and the varsity games. Starting, of course, with the JV game, let's go over the starters. For Troy, they will start number 2, Owen Evilsizer, number 15, Landon Henry, number 20, Eric Viney, number 32, Charlie Walker, and number 50, Andrew Holly. Once again for Troy, that's number 2, Evilsizer, number 15, Henry, number 20, Viney, number 32, Walker, and number 50, Holly. For the Yellow Jackets, they'll start the 5 that they have been pretty much the entire season. Number 3, Avante Martin, number 12, Camden Vordermark, number 21, Jaden Swiger, number 22, Isaiah Huggins, number 23, Cedric Johnson. Once again for the Jackets, number 3, Martin, number 12, Vordermark, number 21, Swiger, number 22, Huggins, and number 23, Johnson. I'm Greg Snyder, the SHS TV Productions teacher, along with my color commentator. What's your name again? Caleb Sparks.
Yes.
I haven't seen you in like 4 weeks in school, it seems like. We can't get a day of school in, can we?
No.
That's all right. Next week, I heard 5-day week next week,
Yep,
so
can't wait.
Get ready. Well, Sparksy, what do you think the key against the Trojans would be tonight?
Well, I haven't seen that much of the Trojans, but I know they are a very high-powered offense. So, like every week, I think the Jackets just need to stay strong, get the shooters open, and play some aggressive defense.
That'll win a lot of games.
Yep.
Looks like jumping center will be number 32, Walker, against Jaden Swiger, the freshman from Sidney. Sidney will work right to left. Troy wins the tip. They'll work left to right. The ball is in the hands of Eric Viney. He gives it between the circles to Landon Henry, who will start the offense for Troy. Pass on the left wing goes to Evilsizer. Evilsizer guarded by Ced Johnson. Back between the circles to Henry. Sidney in their man-to-man defense, which they pretty much play the entire time, and we're going to get a 3-second call on Troy over to the Jackets. Good start, Sparks.
Good, very good start.
On camera tonight, we have Landon Johnson, who's actually learning from our normal cameraman, Jacob Everingham, so we'll see how that goes. Troy opens up in a 1-2-2 or a 3-2 zone, however you want to look at it. The Jackets swing the ball to the left side to Ced Johnson. Ball goes into the high post area to Avante Martin. He gives it to Swiger. Swiger back out to Vordermark. High three ball on the left side, and he hits it.
Great passing off the start.
Cam Vordermark gives the Yellow Jackets a 3-0 lead here to start. Troy inbounds against the Yellow Jacket press. Avante Martin knocks it out of bounds. The ball will stay with Troy. Charlie Walker inbounding. We're going to get a foul before it's inbounded. Foul's going to be on number 15 from Troy, Landon Henry, as he pushes off. And the ball will go over to the Jackets on the turnover. Cam Vordermark inbounding for the Jackets. He gives it to Ced Johnson, high on the left. He passes it between the circles to Isaiah Huggins, hands it off to point guard Ced Johnson, who will reset the offense. Yellow Jackets go with the 2-guard front to fight this odd front defense. Johnson with the 3-ball from the right wing. Got it.
Beautiful passes to start off this game, just like the keys to this game.
The Jackets with 2 early 3-balls. They lead 6-0. There's a steal by Cam Vordermark into the hands of Isaiah Huggins. Huggins stops, pops in the lane. No good. Rebound to Avante Martin. His shot is blocked from behind by Landon Henry. He comes quickly up the left side for Troy. Henry in the lane. Stops. Lays it off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound down to Evilsizer. He'll give it to Walker. His running one-hander is also no good. Fight for the rebound back in the hands of Walker. His shot is going to be blocked by Avante Martin. Troy still has the ball. 3-ball, left wing by Viney is good. 3 straight possessions with 3 balls. Troy gets a couple of offensive rebounds, and they cut the lead in half. It's 6-3. Avante Martin has the ball out near half court. He passes high on the left by the volleyball line to Ced Johnson. Johnson will reset the offense, this time Troy in a man-to-man defense. 2 minutes into the game, Yellow Jackets lead 6-3. Cam Vordermark drives left, lays it off the glass and in.
Ooh, beautiful pick by Swiger.
Good screen by Swiger, good drive by Vordermark. He has 5, and the Yellow Jackets lead by 5. Eric Viney gets it across half court into the hands of Henry. Henry guarded by Avante Martin, gives it to Evilsizer. Evilsizer has it up near half court as he sets the Trojan offense. Passes on the left side to Viney, who just hit a 3 for Troy. Viney drives left on Sed Johnson. Johnson cuts him off. Viney looking, finds a teammate in Evil Sizer, who has it high on the left. Evil Sizer drives into the lane, spins, lays it up, blocked by Sed Johnson. Rebound to Swiger. Swiger quickly up the floor to Vontae Martin. Martin, cross-court bounce pass to Huggins.
Inside
lays it up and in. We're going to get a timeout. 3 minutes into the game, the Yellow Jackets lead by 7. It's 10-3. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, Sparksy, the Jackets off to a nice start here in the JV contest, turning some defense into offense there.
Yeah, very well. Just like we said they needed to do, and obviously some great, not letting anything inside, and obviously some great inside passes by the Jackets as well.
A couple of 3 balls by the Jackets too, one by Vordermark and one by Sed Johnson. That got Troy out of their zone pretty quickly.
Yes, it did, obviously, because those open passes, some great ball movement around the front. So it's a great start by the Jackets.
Jackets will stay in their press, their full court man-to-man defense. Troy will have to drive the length of the floor to break that press. Charlie Walker will inbound for the Trojans. We have a substitution, number 4, Jayon Baker. Checks in for his first action. Walker's pass goes to Baker, goes off of his chin and out of bounds, and it'll go over to the Jackets. So right away, the Jackets force another turnover. Vordermark will inbound. Troy's going to stay in the man-to-man defense. Gives it to Avante Martin. Martin working on Walker. Passes it inside to a cutting Vordermark.
Ooh.
Jump shot off the glass and in. That was a sweet move.
That was a beautiful move.
Cam Vordermark was 7. It's 12-3, 3 minutes into the JV contest. Henry has the ball. He's trapped by Johnson and Vordermark. Splits that trap. Now we're going to get a back tip from behind. Nearly stolen. Now it is stolen by the Jackets. Cam Vordermark. Vordermark quickly up the left side. They'll pull the ball out, give it inside now to Swiger, who lays it up.
Ooh.
No good. Rebound by Vontae Martin, lays it up and in.
Nice. Great start by the Jackets.
Vontae Martin pushes the lead to 11. It's 14-3. Eric Henry has the ball in the backcourt. The Yellow Jackets staying in there, man-to-man, full court pressure. Where they run and jump out of it, and they do right there. Nearly stolen by Martin. Ball goes into the hands of Jayon Baker. He drives with the right hand all the way to the cup and lays it up and in. Baker with a nice drive. Troy breaks a scoring drought. An 8-0 run by the Jackets there is snapped, but the Jackets still lead by 9. Sed Johnson got completely into the front court, and then his right foot stepped back onto the line, so that's an over and back, and the ball will go back to the Trojans. Charlie Walker inbounding, looking for Henry. He now gets it to him in the backcourt. As Cam Vordermark retreats, and Eric Henry will bring it across half court. He's looking for Evil Sizer to start the offense and gets it to Owen Evil Sizer on the right side. One dribble pickup. He gives it in the high post to Walker. 15-foot elbow shot is no good. Rebound to Avante Martin. Quickly to Cam Vordermark up the right side. Yellow Jackets have numbers. Vordermark cross-court pass to Swiger, who lays it up and in.
Way to get down the court.
All 5 Jacket starters have scored now as Swiger gets his first bucket, and it's 16-5 as the Yellow Jackets push the lead back to 11. Eric Henry in the backcourt, guarded by Cam Vordermark. Dribbles across half court. As the Yellow Jackets elect not to run and jump that time, just playing man-to-man defense. Ball goes on the left wing to Baker. His UCLA cut pass is no good off the hands of Viney into the hands of Sed Johnson. Here comes Avante Martin. Avante Martin, cross-court pass. Cam Vordermark thinks about a 3 instead. High post to Isaiah Huggins. Huggins is going to be fouled as he makes a move to the basket, and the Jackets will inbound underneath their own basket. Substitution. First of all, we get the foul. Number 20, Eric Viney, is first. Substitutions for the Jackets. Number 2, Ryan Sloss, is going to replace Isaiah Huggins. Evil Sizer and Henry will sit down for Troy as they're replaced by Nick Barr and Landon Henry. Cam Vordermark looking to inbound. First off the screen comes Sloss. Cam Vordermark gives it to Sed Johnson. The second pull-up jump shot is no good. Rebound on the backside to Avante Martin. Martin looking inside. Instead, the ball will be swung around. There's Cam Vordermark, 3 from the right point, no good. Goes hard after his own rebound, and the ball is going to go out of bounds, and we'll go over to the Trojans as it looks like we might have an injury. Number 10, Nick Barr, looks like he is limping a little bit. So we're going to get a substitution. Navin Couch will check in, number 11, for his first action. Inbounds pass. Goes to Landon Henry. He's guarded in the backcourt by 2. Avante Martin with a near steal, but his foot was out of bounds. He saved it off of the head of Charlie Walker. That couldn't have felt good.
That could not have felt good.
But first of all, Avante's foot was out of bounds. Good call. Ball will stay with Troy. 1:49 to go in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets in control. They lead by 11. Pass goes in the backcourt to Landon Henry. He will run the point guard duties with Henry on the bench. I'm sorry, Viney on the bench. Henry's pass goes out of bounds, intended for Jayon Baker, and the Jackets force another turnover. Seth Johnson will bring the ball up as he normally does for the Jackets. He's joined by Vordermark, Martin, Swiger, and Sloss. Sloss has it high on the left. He gets a ball screen from Martin. Ball's reversed on the right side. Seth Johnson fires a 3-ball. Got it.
Ooh, beautiful passes.
Seth Johnson has 6 points on 2 3-balls, both from the right wing. Looking for some early offense from Seth, who usually is setting up his teammates, but he's knocked a couple 3-balls down. There's a nice drive in the lane and kick by Couch. 3-ball by Baker is no good. Rebound to Holly. He goes up against Martin. His layup is no good. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Landon Henry and over to the Jackets. We approach a minute to go in the first quarter. Jackets lead by 14, 19-5. They've gotten 3 3-balls, 1 from Vordermark and 2 from Seth Johnson here in the first quarter. Seth Johnson has the ball currently. He passes on the right side to Vordermark. It's a ball screen from Swiger. Vordermark elects to reverse the ball to Seth Johnson, who has it on the left wing. Screen and roll. Pass goes to Avante Martin. Martin looking. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Thinks about another 3-ball. Instead will drive to the hole.
Beautiful.
Nice up and under. Seth Johnson now has 8 to lead the Jackets. And the Yellow Jackets push the lead to 16. There's a near steal by the Jackets. Ball goes to Jayon Baker. Now it is stolen by Avante Martin. Martin gives it to Swiger. Tips off of his face into the hands of Seth Johnson. We're going to get a foul in the backcourt. Foul on Jayon Baker. His first, team third. And Sparksy, the JV Jackets are picking up right where they left off.
Yes, they are. This is a very, very impressive start.
Seth Johnson inbounds the ball to Cam Vordermark. Looks like the Jackets might walk it up and hold it for the last one. Here in the first quarter of the JV contest, we will bring you the JV and the varsity contest tonight. Cam Vordermark gets a ball screen from Avante Martin. He is trapped. Looks to reverse the ball, and he gets it to Seth Johnson, who once again hadn't established himself in the front court. So we got another over and back. That's 2 over and back calls in the first quarter. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
But at least it's a dead ball turnover. Doesn't give Troy a chance to get on a fast break. They look to take the last shot here. There's a 3-ball by Couch. That's tipped by Seth Johnson and rebounded by Avante Martin, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, the Yellow Jackets with a commanding 21-5 lead. We'll be back in just a minute. As Mr. Bickle is announcing over the loudspeaker, just a reminder to anybody listening, Yellow Jackets are on the road tomorrow night at St. Mary's, and then on Monday they play against Lehman here at home. But there is no freshman game that night, just a JV and a varsity game. JV will start at 6 o'clock, their traditional time, so shouldn't be much of a change for the last 2 games. But There is no freshman game. The Yellow Jackets send out their starters except for Swiger's on the bench right now. Kwamir Brown checks in for his first action. He has the ball on the left wing. Passes between the circles to Martin, who swings it to Huggins. 3-ball by Seth Johnson from the right corner.
On fire.
Seth Johnson, he's on fire. Yellow Jackets lead by 19. Eric Viney has the ball as he crosses half court, trapped by Martin and Johnson. He gets the ball to Walker. Walker drives in the lane, tipped by Kwamir Brown into the hands of Cam Vordermark. Vordermark.
To the right. Back into Walker. Walker with the drive. It's up. Shots up. No good. Rebound by Troy, and it's up and good. Hawley with the shot. Jackets inbound. Seth Johnson coming up the court here. Passes it off to Avante Martin. He's looking. Back off to Kwamir Brown. Back into Vordermark with fake three. Drives in. Back up to Avante Martin. Shots in good. Nice assist there by Cam Vordermark. Oh, the ball's going to be taken out. To the Jacket ball. Got a substitution here. Ryan Caulfield in for Cedric Johnson. Caulfield's first game back this week. Looking forward to him. Back to Avante Martin. That's going to be a wide open three. Shots up. Oh, no good. Rebound by Kwamir Brown. Oh, off the no good. And in the hands to Troy. Henry with the ball coming down the court. Passes it off. Fulser. Back into Henry. Three's up, and it's good. Oh, they're going to call that a two. Excuse me. Vodamark. Going to get a screen there by Huggy Bear. Huggy Bear shoots a three. It's up. Oh, just off the mark. Rebound, Vodamark. Shots up, and it's good.
Cam Vordermark scores. Sorry about the technical difficulties there for a second. We had a cord that came unplugged. Thanks to Sparky C for saving me there while I plugged it back in. Yellow Jackets lead by 18, 30-12. We're going to have a foul. It's going to be the first foul on the Yellow Jackets. It is on Avante Martin. That's Martin's first foul. Substitution. Swiger checks back in. He'll replace Avante Martin, who sits down with that foul. Yellow Jackets lead by 18. It's 30-12. Halfway through the second quarter. Pass high on the left goes to Evilsizer. Evilsizer working on Vordermark. Gives it between the circles to Jayon Baker. Baker passes it on the right side to Landon Henry. He's guarded by Kwamir Brown. Billy goes for a steal. Doesn't quite get it. The ball goes in the corner to Baker. Now back to Henry. Henry drives left into the lane. Stops with a one-handed runner. Lays it up and in. Nice move by Landon Henry. He now has 7 to lead the Trojans. Isaiah Huggins, 3 ball from the right wing, no good, off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to Jayon Baker. Baker will bring the ball across half court, working on Ryan Caulfield. Baker all the way to the hole, lays it up and in, and he's fouled. Back-to-back good possessions by Troy. Baker gets his 4th point. Fouls on Swiger, his first. Substitution, Sed Johnson and Ryan Sloss check in for Vordermark and Brown. Jayon Baker will go to the free throw line, I believe, for the first free throw of the game by either team. Baker's free throw is up and good. Around it in, he now has 5. And the Trojans cut the lead to 13. They extend their zone a little bit. Now they're going to trap Caulfield on the wing. Ball's nearly stolen. Goes into the hands of Seth Johnson. He gives it to Sloss. Sloss working against Baker. Gives it in the high post to Huggins, who gives it to Swiger. Drives baseline. Blocked from behind. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Evidently off of Swiger. And it's going to go over to Troy. Got a delay of game warning on the Jackets. Charlie Walker will inbound for Troy. Landon Henry has it. He crosses half court. He's going to be trapped and turn it over to Ryan Caulfield. Good job by the Yellow Jacket defense. Caulfield gives it off to Seth Johnson, who will bring it up for the Jackets. Passes on the left wing to Huggins. Huggins cross-court pass to Sloss. Sloss to Johnson. Ball swung around and into Swiger. Good strong move to the bucket that's blocked by Walker. Sloss is also blocked by Walker into the hands of Landon Henry, who brings it across half court. He kicks it out to Evilsizer, thinks about a 3 instead, will give it to Walker. There is a 3 ball from the top of the key, no good by Charlie Walker. Rebound into the hands of Holly. Right-handed half hook is no good. And Seth Johnson cleans the glass for the Jackets. Here comes Ryan Sloss quickly up the floor. He draws the contact, misses the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Good call, good call. Way to get in there, gets contact.
Boy, several blocks by Troy underneath there, Sparksy.
That was a lot. Got them hyped up on the bench.
Sloss does a nice job there of just going right at the defense. The foul is on number 32, Charlie Walker, his first. Team 4th. Sloss, a very good shooter, makes the first free throw. Substitution. Number 11, Navin Couch, and number 20, Eric Viney, check in for Troy, and Avante Martin checks in for Ryan Caulfield, while Cam Vordermark is waiting at the bench for Sloss, should he make this second free throw. Yellow Jackets still lead by 14. They led by 16 after 1. Troy has found some offense here in the second quarter. Sloss makes the second as well. Cam Vordermark will check in for him. 1:38 to go in the first half. Yellow Jackets have the lead back to 15. Charlie Walker will inbound for Troy. He gives the ball into Viney. Viney will clear out and work against Cam Vordermark. Vordermark tries to turn Viney as he gets the ball to Evilsizer on the left wing. Back to Viney. Near half court. Viney passes on the right side to Owen Evilsizer. Evilsizer working on Seth Johnson. Passes it back to Eric Viney. Long 3 ball from the left side. No good. Rebound to Seth Johnson, who has several rebounds here for the Jackets. Seth Johnson with a nice first half. Quickly up to Cam Vordermark. 3 ball. Left wing. No good off the side of the rim. And Jayon Baker cleans the glass for Troy.
Back-to-back missed shots.
Under a minute to go in the first half. Jackets lead by 15. Evilsizer has it on the left side. He spins and gives it back to Viney. Viney just shot one from about that same spot on the last possession. We'll pass it on the right side to Evilsizer. He tries to swing it to Walker deep in the corner, but Seth Johnson knocks it out of bounds. And Troy will reset with 42.5 to go in the first half. Jayon Baker inbounds to Evil Sizer. Has it in the right corner. He's going to back it out, and now we'll go inside to Couch. Couch working on Huggins, gets around him,
Ooh,
but it's blocked by Huggins from behind. Vontae Martin cleans up the rebound. Huggins, cross-court pass to Swiger, lays it off the glass and in.
Beautiful pass.
Good block by Huggins on one end, good pass by Huggins on the other end. Jaden Swiger lays it in for his 4th point. And there's a near steal by Huggins. Baker will get it across to Evil Sizer. Nice pass through the hands of Swiger into the hands of Couch, who lays it up and in. 7 seconds to go. Cam Vordermark getting double teamed. Tries to get it to Avante Martin. He saves it into the hands of Viney, who's going to throw up a desperation half-court shot. That's just a little bit long, and that'll bring us to halftime. 34-19 is the score after 2. The Yellow Jackets were outscored in the second quarter, 14-13. But Sparksy, a huge first quarter, put the Yellow Jackets in control.
Yes, it did. It was very, very all-around great first quarter there, obviously. Good shots, good blocks, good passing, everything. Great athleticism, and the second half was still good. Should be a great game. Absolutely.
The Yellow Jackets led in scoring at halftime by Sed Johnson. He has 11 points, including 3 3-pointers. Cam Vordermark has 9, including 1 3-pointer. Avante Martin and Jaden Swiger each have 4 points for the Jackets. They got 2 from Kwamir Brown, Ryan Sloss on 2 free throws, and also Isaiah Huggins. Troy is led in scoring by Landon Henry. Henry has 7 to lead the Trojans. Jayon Baker has 5. They got 3 on a 3-ball by Eric Viney, and 2 from Naven Couch on that last layup. Once again, the Yellow Jackets led 21-5 after the first quarter, and now lead at halftime by 15, 34-19. We will take about a 5-6 minute break. We'll be back to preview the varsity contest and get ready for the second half of JV basketball here on a Friday night between Troy and Sidney. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back as we get ready for the second half of the JV contest. A contest that saw the Yellow Jackets jump out to a big-time lead in the first quarter, 21-5. And they currently lead by 15 at 34-19. Of course, we plan on doing at least 2 more games. We will be doing the Lehman game on Monday, and then, of course, the Butler game, which, should the Jackets win tonight, could become a huge game. Expect a big crowd, maybe even a sellout, so make sure you get your pre-sale tickets for that game. Once again, should the Yellow Jackets win, it'll be senior night. We'll see off a great senior class, of course, one of the greatest senior classes probably in the history of Sidney basketball. Troy starts the second half. Thanks to Tyler Sloss at home for helping us out, letting us know that the audio, as we had our our first glitch of the year. We apologize for that. Yellow Jackets open the half with a foul as Avante Martin picks up his second foul. There's a steal by Isaiah Huggins on the inbounds pass. Huggins, right-handed layup to the hole, no good. Rebound on the backside by Vordermark, puts it up and in. Cam Vordermark with 11 as he is in double figures to join Cedric Johnson. The Yellow Jackets put the press on. Over the top pass goes to Owen Evilsizer as he's going to work on Cedric Johnson, drives into the lane, will kick out to Eric Viney. Viney backs up to the volleyball line, will reset the offense as he goes against the Yellow Jacket man-to-man defense. Evilsizer will pass inside to the high post area to Holly. Turnaround, high-low game is just a little bit long for Walker, but he takes a 15-foot jump shot that is pure. Charlie Walker with his first 2 points on a nice little 15-footer, and that cuts the lead to 15, 1 minute into the third quarter. Isaiah Huggins, the move to the basket, no good. Rebound by Swiger is no good, and the rebound is battled for between Viney and Huggins. Viney has it, but he's in trouble. He's going to call timeout. 5:56 to go. We're going to get a 30-second timeout by Troy, so we'll step away for just a few seconds and be right back. You all right? Yellow Jackets, Sparksy, up by 15. Right where they were at half. You okay?
Fine.
All right.
I got screamed at down there.
Well, don't do bad stuff.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Troy's going to inbound here. Having to go the length of the court as the Yellow Jackets set up their full court press. Charlie Walker will inbound for the Trojans. Looking. He's going to go over the top to Viney, nearly stolen by Huggins on the backside. Viney working against a double team will get it to Charlie Walker. Walker, cross-court pass to Evilsizer as he gets across half court, probably just in time. Evilsizer splits the trap and gets the ball into Holly. Right-handed layup is up and in. Andrew Holly with his first 2 points. And the Yellow Jacket lead is only 13, as low as it's been in a while. Cam Vordermark has the ball in the backcourt. He gives it to Isaiah Huggins. Huggins hands it off to Johnson, who gets it across half court to Avante Martin. Avante Martin running rainbow shot, one-hander up and in.
Beautiful move.
Avante Martin now with 6. The ball goes into Viney. The Yellow Jackets push the lead back to 15. Been a very even game after that first quarter. Here comes a run and jump from Ced Johnson. And we got a 10-second call. Wow.
That
was a fast 10 seconds.
That was a very fast 10 seconds.
5:12 to go in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets inbounding on the side. Cam Vordermark will trigger it into Cedric Johnson. And Johnson will reset the offense for the Jackets. Ball goes into Vordermark. Nice drop step move off the glass and in.
That was beautiful. Great pass.
Cam Vordermark with 13 points to lead the Jackets. Now there's a steal by Avante Martin on the inbounds pass. Martin gives it to Huggins. 17-footer from the left wing. No good. Rebound to Charlie Walker. Walker secures the rebound from Ced Johnson. Now he's looking quickly up the floor to Evilsizer. Crosses across the right side. Shot fake. Gets Johnson in the air. Nice move by Evilsizer. He'll go to the line.
That was a great ball fake.
Ced Johnson commits the foul for the Yellow Jackets. That's his first. Yellow Jackets second of the second half, and Evil Sizer will go to the line. Only been 4 free throws in this game so far. 3 free throws, I can't count. Troy 1 for 1, the Yellow Jackets 2 for 2. Now Troy is 1 for 2 as Evil Sizer misses the first. Substitution number 11, David Couch, is going to check in as he replaces number 32, Charlie Walker. Evil Sizer looks like he has very good form. Ready for the second shot. It is up and in. That's his first point of the ball game, and the lead is back to 16 where it was at the end of the first quarter. So Troy falls back into a 1-2-2 zone, but they are extending that now, looking to trap on the wings and in the corners. Devontae Martin with a 15-foot jumper from Isaiah Huggins, no good. Rebound on the backside, snatched away by Vordermark, unable to convert on the putback, and Troy comes away with the ball. Landon Henry quickly up the floor, is stolen by Cedric Johnson. Johnson passes it on the right wing to Swiger, lays it up and in. Good job by Swiger to get his shoulder in front. Good job by Ced Johnson running the break. Swiger with 6, and the Jackets push the lead to 18, their largest lead of the ball game. Landon Henry, cross-court pass to Holly, who lays it off the glass and in.
That was a nice pass.
Holly with his second bucket here in the third quarter. He has 4 total points, all here in the third quarter. Cam Vordermark bring the ball across half court as he works on Eric Viney. Initiates the offense by giving to Ced Johnson. There's a trap from Viney. He knocks it out of bounds. Caught Ced Johnson by surprise, and the Yellow Jackets are fortunate to keep the ball. Halfway through the third quarter, Yellow Jackets holding firm with a 16-point lead. Cam Vordermark, 3-ball from the right side.
Oh,
good.
That was nice.
Vordermark barely got established in bounds, and then he nails a 3 from Ced Johnson with another assist. He's got 16 points to lead all scorers. There's going to be a foul in the backcourt by Cam Vordermark. That is Cam's first foul. Yellow Jackets third of the second half. Substitution number 4, Jayon Baker, is going to check in for number 15, Landon Henry, as he sits down with 7 points, leading the Trojans at this point. Baker will inbound. He checks in with 5 points. Evil Sizer has the ball. Working on the right side against Ced Johnson. Gets it to Baker on the baseline. Ball swung back to the top to Evil Sizer. Near steal by Vontae Martin, but Baker gets the corner, goes all the way to the hoop, lays it up and in. Baker now with 7 to join Henry, who also has 7. Cam Vordermark with a crossover move on Viney. His running shot off the glass is no good. Rebound is snatched away by Andrew Holly. Holly gives it to Viney. He brings it up the left side of the floor. He's trapped by Huggins and Martin. Gets it into the corner to Baker. Baker driving on Ced Johnson. Nice pass to Holly. Lays it off the glass. No good. Rebound by Couch. He lays it off the glass. No good. And the Jackets look like they finally are going to come away with the rebound in the way of Avante Martin. And Coach Keaton, worried about a potential trap coming, is going to take a timeout. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets lead by 17. It's a full timeout. We'll step away for about a minute and then be right back. Timeout nears its end as the teams come back on the floor. With 2:50 to go in the third quarter, the Yellow Jackets will have the ball. Of course, we're getting ready for the varsity contest between the Trojans and the Jackets, their second matchup of the year. The Yellow Jackets went down to Troy early in the year and came away with a victory. Josiah Hudgens had a big game for the Jackets in that. He had 23. Game. And then, of course, in the most previous game for the Jackets, Hudgens had 17 points, so a couple of big performances from Josiah. There's a turnover by the Jackets through the hands of Quamir Brown as Jayon Baker comes away with it for the Trojans. Eric Viney has it. He fumbles it, and we're going to get a traveling call on Viney. Ball will go back over to the Jackets. Sparksy, only 3 home games left this year. Seems like we've had them all in about a week here.
I know. It has felt like that.
Sid Johnson has the ball at half court as he resets the offense for the Jackets. Jackets in command so far. I've never really been threatened. The closest that Troy's gotten since the first quarter is 13. Swiger, though, is going to be tied up here. The possession arrow stays with the Jackets, but a nice play by Nathan Couch to tie up Swiger, and the Jackets have to inbound underneath their own basket. Substitution first for the Trojans. Number 32, Charlie Walker, is going to check in for number 20, Eric Viney.
Speaking of games, any luck on away games yet?
We're still looking into it. Internet's a little bit of an issue on the road for most schools. There's a 3-ball by Cormier Brown that's no good and goes out of bounds. What we need to do eventually is get our own mobile hotspot. We just aren't quite there yet, but we will at some point so that we can take the show on the road.
Yes.
Evil Sizer will give the ball to Landon Henry, who has it back near half court. As the Trojans run their offense, Evil Sizer looking inside for Walker. Elects instead to go to the high post area to Couch. Couch driving on Swiger, gets around him, lays it off the glass and in. Nice move by Nathan Couch. He has 4. And the Yellow Jackets lead is cut back to 15. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Cormier Brown, guarded by Walker, we're going to get a blocking foul. That'll be the first foul of the second half on Troy. That's Walker's second foul. Ryan Caulfield's going to check in for Swiger as he sits down. The official trying to back up Jayon Baker just a little bit. Baker looks incredulously at the official. How about that word? You have no idea what that means, do you?
No idea.
I don't either. Sid Johnson gets the inbounds pass from Vordermark. He works near the volleyball line, gets around Baker, flies through the lane, doesn't make the layup, but is fouled, and Cam Vordermark, having a big game offensively already, he'll go back to the line for 2 free throws.
We're going to drive in there and get some contact.
Fouls on number 11, Couch, his first. Troy's second of the second half. Vordermark with 16 points already gets a chance for 17 and 18 here at the free throw line. Of course, we saw Cam in the varsity game against Tip on Tuesday. The Yellow Jackets got ahead by 12 or so, and he had a nice rebound there in the second half. Substitution number 50, Andrew Holly's going to check in for number 4, Jayon Baker. Vordermark was 17. Make that 18 as he makes the second free throw. He leads all scorers, and the lead is 17 for the Jackets. Cormier Brown applying pressure in the backcourt to Landon Henry. Henry tries to get around Brown unsuccessfully, and Brown's going to pick his pocket. Cormier Brown all the way to the hole, left-handed layup, up and in. Big play by Cormier Brown.
Your way.
There's a long pass by Troy. Andrew Holly is unable to come up with the ball. Good hustle by 3 players on the floor. Cam Vordermark tracks it down in the corner. Vordermark quickly up the floor, all the way down the middle of the lane, lays it up with the right hand.
Oh, there we go.
Vordermark has 20, and we're going to get some kind of stoppage of play. Delay of game warning on the Jackets, number 11, Ryan Caulfield, as he tipped the ball once it went through the hoop. Good hustle down there by 3 players. The Jackets end up coming over the ball. Vontae Martin going to check in for number 2, Ryan Sloss. It looks like he might be bleeding.
I think so.
Inbounds pass for Troy goes to Landon Henry as they now find themselves down by 21. Henry nearly loses it in the backcourt as Cormier Brown continues to apply great pressure. There's a long pass into Holly. He lays it off the glass around and in.
That was a beautiful pass.
Andrew Holly with his third layup of the third quarter. He has 6 points for Troy. Troy's cut the lead to 19. Cam Vordermark has the ball out between the volleyball line and half court. Vordermark working against Charlie Walker. Passes it high on the left for Philly Brown. Philly gets a ball screen from Caulfield. Jackets look like they're content to hold it for the last shot here in the third quarter, ahead by 19, trying to extend that lead into the 20s before we go on to the fourth quarter. Vordermark, as we are nearing 5 seconds, gets a ball screen from Caulfield. Vordermark goes all the way to the hole, hangs in the lane, adjusts, lays it up and in. Big game so far for Cam Vordermark. He has 22, and the Jackets lead by 21. 53-32. Sparksy, what do the Jackets need to do to close this thing out?
Oh, just hold on to the ball. Don't take wild shots and just play some good inside game on the defense, and it should be a good one.
Sounds good. We'll see if the Jackets can do that. We'll be back for the fourth quarter in about a minute. We near the start of the fourth quarter. Quamir Brown, Avante Martin, Ryan Caulfield, Cedric Johnson, and Cam Vordermark with 22 points. Checks on the floor for the Jackets. For Troy, they will send out number 15, Landon Henry, number 32, Charlie Walker, number 11, Nathan Couch, number 2, Owen Evilsizer, and number 50, Andrew Holly. There's going to be a foul in the backcourt by Quamir Brown with a hand check. And 4 seconds into the fourth quarter, the Yellow Jackets pick up their 4th team foul. Walker will inbound for Troy. And we're going to get a foul on number 15. I think that the front row over there was yelling for a push-off, and they got it on Landon Henry. And the Jackets will get the ball right back. That is Henry's 2nd foul. Ced Johnson setting the offense for the Jackets. Big first half by Ced Johnson, and of course back to his normal form here in the second half of distributing the ball, but Ced was really aggressive, and he's aggressive right here. Plays it up with the right hand. How about Ced Johnson?
Yeah, just like you said, very aggressive. 13
points for Ced to go along with several assists and several rebounds, having a really nice ball game for the Jackets. Evilsizer has it for Troy as they trail now by 23. Ball's tipped out of bounds by Avante Martin. Boy, Avante's had a bunch of near steals.
Yes, he has. A few tip-offs, too, that gets the Jackets the ball.
Nathan Couch is going to inbound on the side. We've only played 29 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Ball goes into Walker. He works on Vordermark. Walker inside to Holly. Holly's shot is blocked by Caulfield into the hands of Quamir Brown. Here comes Philly. Philly quickly up the right side. He's going to stop and get a cross-court pass to Caulfield, to Martin, back out to Vordermark. 3-ball, left point, got it.
Nothing, what?
Can't leave him alone right now. Cam Vordermark making it happen from everywhere. Threes, nice jumpers, nice drives to the hoop, and even making a couple free throws. Cam Vordermark with a big offensive game. He's got 25. 3-ball by Charlie Walker is no good. Rebound to Nathan Couch. Couch working on Ced Johnson. Johnson does a nice job of binding him in the lane. There's a jump shot by Evilsizer that's long into the hands of Caulfield. Caulfield gives it to Ced Johnson. Up the left side to Quamir Brown. Beautiful pass from Philly to Avante Martin, who misses the layup. Rebound comes down to Nathan Couch. Couch hands it off to Henry. Brings it up the left side for Troy. He gets it to Evilsizer, who's going to bring the ball out to the left wing and reset things for Troy. Henry thinks about a 3. Instead, we'll give it back to Evilsizer between the circles. He gives it on the right baseline to Charlie Walker. Walker backs it out on Cam Vordermark. Looking inside. The ball's going to be tipped by Avante Martin. This time Martin gets the steal and picks up a foul on number 50, Andrew Holly.
Great defensive play there by Martin.
Substitutions. Keenan Johnson and Kurt Spangler are going to see their first action for the Jackets as they replace Martin and Caulfield. Number 24, Brad Sanders checks in for Troy. Also number 23, Chase Murphy, as they're seeing their first action. They join Evilsizer, Henry, and Holly on the floor for Troy. Still 5 minutes to play and change. Quamir Brown thinks about a ball screen. Instead, he elects to go to the right side. And although he misses a layup, he is fouled. Got hit on the head by number 15, Landon Henry. That'll be his 3rd foul. Quamir Brown, who has 4 points and has provided tremendous defensive pressure here in the second half, gets a chance at the free throw line and rattles the first one home. Substitution number 4 for Troy, Jayon Baker checks in for number 2, Owen Evilsizer. Brown has the lead at 27 for the Jackets, looking to make it 28, and he does. Cormier Brown now with 6 points. And Landon Henry's going to bring the ball up for Troy. He's guarded by Cormier Brown, looking to start the offense. Had to be close to a 5 count before he picked up the dribble. Gives it to Holly. Holly underneath to Baker. Baker, nice shot fake. He's going to be fouled by Cam Vordermark.
Nice shot fake there, though.
Cam Vordermark going to pick up his 2nd foul. And that'll send Jayon Baker to the line. He is 1 of 1 from the game at the line. He also has 7 points as he looks for points number 8 and 9. Baker dribbles 3 times, eyes the free throw and hits it. He's now got 8. Baker's 2nd free throw is no good. Rebound down to Keenan Johnson. Keenan gives it off to Cam Vordermark. Vordermark crosses half court with 25 points. Vordermark goes underneath to Kurt Spangler. Spangler working on Holly, gives it to Seth Johnson. Johnson's layup is no good, but a nice cut and a nice pass. And Jayon Baker going to pick up his 2nd foul and send Seth Johnson to the line. Of course, a big offensive night for Cam Vordermark so far, but how about Seth Johnson?
Oh, Seth Johnson, yeah, absolutely great. Amazing game. He's very aggressive. Usually just gives it off to his teammates. A fantastic player that way, but he's been all around.
I know I'm going to jinx him, but he hasn't done a whole lot wrong. He's made about every good decision.
Yes, he has.
Shot it when he should. He's drived it when he should. He's passed it when he should. Just done a really nice job for the Jackets. Johnson makes both free throws on cue. He now has 15 points, the 2nd leading scorer for the Jackets. As the lead is back at 29, 62-33. Pass goes inside to Sanders. He makes a left-handed move. Jump shot good.
Nice
Brad
shot.
Sanders, newly into the game, with 2 points right away. And the Jackets have it across half court. Cam Vordermark gets a ball screen from Seth Johnson, gives it to Johnson. Seth Johnson with a handoff to Cam Vordermark. Vordermark working on Murphy. He's going to pass it to Cormier Brown, swings it to Keenan Johnson, who will give it to Seth Johnson. Cedric Johnson gives it to Philly Brown. Cam Vordermark thinks about it from the volleyball line. Instead, he's going to drive to the left. Looking inside, now we'll give it to Philly Brown at the top of the key. Philly with a nice foot fake. His drive in the lane is blocked, but he's fouled, and Philly Brown going to the line. Nice move by Cormier.
Very nice, very nice.
Cormier will go back to the line where he just hit 2 free throws. The foul on Landon Henry's his 4th. Would have been a 1-on-1 regardless, but since it was a shooting foul, Cormier Brown gets 2 shots. He has 6 points. It's now 7 and 3 of 3 from the line. Substitution number 33, Josh Webster, will check in for Cam Vordermark. Cam's going to sit down with 25 points. Big game for Cam.
Very good play. Great game.
Vordermark will exit right and go get ready for the varsity game. Philly Brown hits the 2nd free throw. He's made 4 in a row. He has 8 points and is getting close to double figures. Number 23, Chase Murphy, will run the offense for Troy. He gives it to Holly. Holly over to Murphy. Drives left on Webster. Stops. Nice spin move. His layup's no good. Rebounded is battled for between Webster and Murphy. And we're going to get Troy's ball. I think the official pointed the wrong way. Well, now we're going to discuss it. While they discuss that, who you got in the Super Bowl tomorrow? I think you said
Rams.
Final score?
Final score, 27-24. Late.
MVP?
MVP, Jared Goff.
Okay.
How about you?
Patriots.
Score?
31-24. Late touchdown by Brady to Gronkowski.
And I'm guessing your MVP is going to be Brady.
Well, who else would it be?
Yeah.
Maybe Belichick. Can he give him the MVP? Yeah. There's a steal by Troy. Jayon Baker gets to the hole, and he's going to be fouled after his steal. Fouls on Seth Johnson, his 2nd. It's a shooting foul, but from here on out, both teams will be in the bonus. Baker's going to go to the line where he is 2 of 3 on the ball game. He has 8 points. First free throw is no good. We're going to get a substitution. Darius Basil, number 13, is going to check in for Seth Johnson. Seth Johnson sits down with 15 points, several assists, several rebounds, and just an overall good game.
Fantastic game.
Jayon Baker looking for point number 9 to cut into the Yellow Jacket 29-point lead. Baker's free throw is good. He gets that 9th point. We're halfway through the 4th quarter. Keenan Johnson has it for the Jackets, gives it to Kwame Brown high on the right. Brown will pass it on the right wing to Basil. Basil reverses the ball to Keenan Johnson. Keenan Johnson, guarded by Sanders, drives left, picks up his dribble, looking underneath, gets it to Kurt Spangler, back out to Webster. 3-ball from the left corner, got it. Josh Webster with a beautiful shot on a nice pass from Kurt Spangler. The Jackets push the lead over 30. They lead by 31, 67-36. Nice pass underneath from Sanders, but it ends up being stolen by Kurt Spangler into the hands of Kwame Brown. Philly drives the length of the floor. He's now in double figures. He's got 10 points.
Coast from your way.
69-36. Jackets lead by 33. Murphy drives left, working on Keenan Johnson. He's going to be fouled by Keenan. And Murphy's going to get to go to the free throw line looking for his first points of the ball game. I believe they called that a shooting foul.
Yes, I did.
So he'll get 2 instead of the 1-and-1. Chase Murphy, the lefty, hits the first free throw for his first point. Substitution number 14, Quentin Mitchell, going to check in for his first action. He'll replace number 15, Landon Henry, who's going to sit down with 7 points. Second free throw is no good. Rebound comes down to Kurt Spangler. Kwame Brown has the ball. He gives it to Webster. Webster, long 3-ball again. Doesn't get the back-to-back to go. Goes out of bounds, and we're going to get Jeff Jackson into the ball game, number 00. He replaces Kwame Brown. Kwame is going to sit down with 10 points, 8 of them in the second half.
Chance of Jeffrey in the crowd.
Murphy brings the ball across half court for the Trojans as we approach 2 minutes. Murphy all the way to the cup, blocked by Kurt Spangler, his second block. Spangler gets his own rebound, and we got a technical foul. The foul's on number 23, Murphy, and then he also picks up a technical foul after that, so that'll be... So he'll pick up 2 personal fouls on that. Kurt Spangler's going to shoot the 1-and-1 first. He makes that.
Nice.
I was getting ready to say he missed it. Some nice English on the ball from Kurt Spangler. The Yellow Jackets hit the 70-point mark. Spangler eyes the second shot. That one's no good. We're going to send in Josh Webster to shoot the technical free throws. Webster with 3 points on a 3-ball from the left corner. Now going to get 2 shots to try to get points number 4 and 5. Webster eyes it and hits it. He's got 4.
Great free throw. That was beautiful.
Webster's second shot is no good. Jackets will inbound on the side. Keenan Johnson will inbound with those 2 personal fouls. The Yellow Jackets will now be in the double bonus from here on out. Johnson will look for Basil, instead goes into the front court to Webster. Webster will work on Jayon Baker as he starts the offense with a pass to Basil. Basil gets a ball screen from Spangler. Nearly stolen from Basil. He recovers, gives it to Keenan Johnson. Johnson swings it to Webster. Thinks about a 3-ball. Now he's going to drive baseline. Webster with a nice cross-court pass to Spangler. Lays it off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped by Jeff Jackson, but corralled by number 23, Chase Murphy from Troy, and he'll bring it across half court. Here comes Baker working on Basil. Right-handed floater is no good. Rebound is nearly corralled by number 30, Connor Smith, into the game for Troy. But instead, Keenan Johnson has the ball. He steps out of bounds. And it's going to be Troy ball. We're going to get another Troy substitution. Number 22, Cameron Day, will check in for Baker. He's going to sit down with 9 points, the scoring leader for the Trojans. Murphy brings the ball across half court, working on Webster. We're under a minute and a half to go. Near steal by Kurt Spangler, but Murphy will track it down near the sideline. Murphy working on Webster. Nice pocket pass to number 30, Connor Smith. Gives it back to Murphy. Murphy gets a ball screen from Connor Smith. He's going to reverse the ball to Cameron Day, who gives it over on the left side to Mitchell. Quentin Mitchell will give it to Cameron Day in between the circles. Now swings it on the right wing to Murphy. Murphy driving left, spins in the lane, but he's going to travel before he can get his pass off to Brad Sanders. 1:03 to go. Yellow Jackets. I don't know what this makes them, but it's something in one, which isn't a bad thing.
16-1.
16-1, Sparksy says. Great JV season. We'll see if the Jackets can finish strong the rest of the way. There's a nice pass on the pick and roll to Jeff Jackson. Misses the layup, but a rebound by Kurt Spangler up and in. Spangler now has 3 points. There's a steal by Josh Webster. His turnaround layup is good.
There we go.
Josh Webster has 6, and the Jackets lead 75-37. Murphy brings the ball across half court. He gets around Webster all the way to the hoop, and we're going to get a travel. He took an extra step. 31.2 to go. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, and sorry for those of you who always join us, well, thank you, first of all, for always joining us. But I'm going to say it again. After this game, we're going to shut down the stream. Look on our Twitter account or on our YouTube page for the varsity link here in about 7 or 8 minutes. Once we can shut this one down. Whoa, there's one from near half court by Keenan Johnson that's no good. Rebound comes down to Sanders. Webster gets the steal. We'll pass to Keenan Johnson as the Jackets getting instructions from Coach Keaton to dribble out the clock. Johnson takes a 3 ball.
Oh.
That's no good, and that'll end the game. Jackets win 75-37. Your thoughts, Sparksy?
Well, just from beginning to end, great play by everybody. Just an athletic game, and as you can tell by the scores, very, very, very impressive win.
Absolutely. We'll see if the varsity can pick up where the JV left off. Troy won the freshman game. Sidney won the JV game, so we got the rubber match here in game number 3. Leading the Jackets in scoring in the JV contest, Cam Vordemark. Vordemark made 3 threes on his way to 25 points. Seth Johnson also made 3 threes, and he ended up with 15 points. Joining those two in double figures, freshman Kwamir Brown, who is 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and 3 field goals for 10 points. Yellow Jackets got 6 points each from Avante Martin, Jaden Swiger, and Josh Webster. They got 3 from Kurt Spangler, 2 from Isaiah Huggins, and 2 from Ryan Sloss for their 75. Troy led in scoring by Jayon Baker. He had 9 points. They got 7 from Landon Henry, 6 from Andrew Holly, and 4 from Navin Couch to go along with 2 from Brad Sanders and 1 from Chase Murphy. Yellow Jackets improved to 16-1. As the varsity teams come out here, we're going to shut down this link. Please join us for the varsity contest. Check our Twitter page for the varsity link, or just refresh your YouTube browser here in about 8 minutes, and you'll see us live with the varsity contest. The JV wins 75-37. I'm Greg Snyder along with Caleb Sparks, Landon Johnson, and Jacob Everingham on the camera for me. Thanks everybody for joining us for Friday Night Basketball.